Peace, y'all, and welcome back to another tea time. You already know the vibes, divine destiny. Sipping on my coffee. What are you sipping on? Sorry, my child is shouting. You know the vibes. Okay, there's not really much I could do about that. But thank you for tuning in and tapping in with me. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your blanket, whatever it is that you need to vibe with me in today's conversation. I honestly don't think it's going to be a long one today. Spirit put it on my heart just to be the reminder for y'all that your need for perfection is keeping you stagnant. And I think really that's the whole message. There's not really 44 on my timer as I'm saying that. There's not really much, that's pretty self-explanatory. Your need for perfection is keeping you stagnant. Sorry, oh my god, the incense smoke is making my eyes a little watery. Getting it together, taking a moment. But yeah, and I guess the only thing that I can really do in that is speak from my own story because, but I would say as like a youth, I personally wanted to do everything exceptionally well, and not because like it was my own internal drive. I felt like love and praise and reward was granted when you did something exceptionally well and you showed that you did that thing exceptionally well. So I gained my own internal programming, I guess, based off of that, of perfectionism and like wanting everything to be like, if I'm gonna do it, it needs to be done to the T. All my T's crossed, all my I's dotted, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, it was so bad to the point where like if I didn't feel like I could execute it to the way I wanted to see it in my brain, I just wouldn't do it because I can't disappoint myself if I don't do it. But let's be real, 222 on my timer. Not doing it is much more of a disappointment than doing it and it being a little less than what you imagined it to be. And it don't even make it less than what you imagine it to be. It just is different. It's the reality of what it was that you had envisioned in your own mind. Do you feel me? And that in itself, that's a whole creation. So I used to talk myself out of creating because I wanted things to be so perfect, so to the T, so like, right. That doesn't even make sense. But it does because I was doing it, which tells me that there are plenty of y'all. Spirit got me on here talking about it. There are plenty of y'all who resonate with that. And then I was like years old when I learned that there is a word for it, and it's called analysis paralysis. And it is literally when you analyze something so hard that you don't make movement at all. And we talked about it on several tea times, right? Because choices, everything is a choice. So movement or not moving is a choice. So I would analyze what I wanted to create or what I wanted to bring to the world or just do, you know what I'm saying, in that day. And I would analyze it so hard to where I would put myself in a state of paralysis. Like, you know what, I'd be better off I'm gonna just sit here. And one, that's whack. But two, like, who just wants to not be moving? But like, and it's so crazy because it's almost like a never ending cycle. It's a constant loop that you find yourself in and then you're beating yourself up because you didn't make the movement, you didn't do the thing, right? Because that idea, that creation, that thought form, whatever it is that wants to be birthed into this world through you is going to keep coming to you, right? That idea, that thought, that creation is going to be like, ping, Oh, don't forget that light bulb is on back here. You know what I'm saying? Like 4, 5, 6 on my timer. So it's like we have to choose at some point to step out of the paralysis. Maybe in the beginning it's something that you're unconsciously doing, but at some point, especially if you continue to be like a tomorrow ass person, like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow feels better, and then like tomorrow never gets here, right? If you're one of those people, then you're choosing. At some point, you're choosing to stay in the paralysis because that feels better than stepping out of your comfort zone. At some point, it changes from like, this is happening unconsciously to consciously, I am choosing to push this thing off because I'm afraid of the energy, the time, the space that it might take up. I am afraid of the work I'm gonna have to put in, 555 on my timer. I am afraid of the change that it's going to create. So I have this ideal, or I want to do this thing, but also I have fear toward this thing, toward what this thing could birth, toward what this thing could shift, toward what this thing could change within me or around me. So I don't do it. Life is changing. Everything in life is changing and transitioning and shifting in its own way every day. You are not the same person in this moment in this sentence to this moment in this sentence. Something in what you're consuming energetically from this video, from whatever else that is around you or that you're choosing to partake or intake, right, is shifting your energy, it's shifting your DNA, it's shifting your spirit, your mind, your emotions, right? So you're never the same person. Everything is changing. So to try not to, or to allow yourself to sit in like analysis paralysis, is literally refusal to change. And that it only creates more friction in your own life. In some aspects of your life, you're going to start feeling that friction created by that stagnation. At some point, you're going to either choose to say, all right, something has to give, or at some point in your life, spirit is going to say something has to give, and there is going to be a shift, a change, or transformation anyway, because nothing can stay the same. That's like you blocking up a pipe. Like, you're just like, if you are the pipe and you're like, you know what, no, water can't flow through here no more, I don't want to do it. I think I'm good, I'm done allowing water to flow through me, and you close up in some way, shape, or form. There's a blockage there, right? And so the water is not flowing, but at some point that pressure is going to build up. At some point, either the pipe is going to burst, which would be that tower moment, which would be spirit coming to shake shit up, because spirit is never going to be gentle about it, right? It's like either the pipe is going to burst, or you're going to remove that clog and allow the flow of pressure to be released. The choices. So are you going to be the pipe that burst because you are overflowing with pressure, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, materially, physically, energetically, creatively? Or are you going to be the pipe that got the clog pulled out, cleaned out, cleared out, and now is allowing that energy to flow freely to and through you? That's like trying to control anything. The reality of it is we don't have control. And I feel like analysis paralysis is a form of, maybe not a form, it's a side effect of trying to gain control over things that we're not supposed to have control over, right? If you have been given this invention, this creation, this I don't know, idea, this energy within yourself to illuminate into this world, and you're choosing not to do it. 10:01 on my timer, right? For one reason or another, because you have overanalyzed the situation and allowed your intrusive thoughts or your fears or your doubts or your worries or your anxieties, whatever it might be, internally or externally, to stop you from making the movement that you have been guided to make. If you're getting internally, you have an idea to create, to invent, to bring something, birth something into this world, right? That is a direct communication from the Most High. That is direct instruction from your highest self to get you to where it is your soul calls to be, right? Where it is your soul was put on this earth to be, or who it is your soul was put on this earth to be, or what it is your soul was put on this earth to do. You feel me? Like, that is, when you get those downloads, that's direct communication. Those are instructions, directions to your next phase, chapter, or season in your life to move closer toward being in alignment with your highest self, highest good, highest purpose, right? And when we choose not to do those things, that's disobeying. We disobeying God from being in analysis paralysis, from trying to control the things that are already written. We just getting in the way. Analysis paralysis is not doing anything but hindering your growth, your elevation, your evolution in mind, body, heart, spirit, money. I don't know, whatever it is for you, whatever aspect of your life it is that you're allowing yourself to succumb to analysis paralysis, I'm telling you right now, the need to be perfect is keeping you still, it's keeping you stagnant, it's keeping and remaining friction in your life in some aspect. I guarantee you, if you start listening to those downloads, if you step out of that analysis paralysis and just allow yourself to be and present and do in the way you're being guided to, 12:21 on my timer, things are gonna shift. And I'm being called to have this conversation with you right now because this is the shift that many of us are being called to step into. Like, even on a personal level, like we were just talking about the analysis paralysis and my need for perfection, right? And I'm just stepping out of that, and not even well, to be honest with you, because I still very much have a certain standard and a certain way I feel like the things that I do or present to the world should look and present and be. Sorry for the baby. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, there's still this level of, like, perfectionism. There's still this, like, need for control, even though it's not like I've released my grips on the need to control a little bit. Like, you know, I've loosened the reins. It's still there because I still feel the need to show up at a certain standard or a certain level, but that's just within myself. And that might be, you know, related to needing to show up as a perfectionist, and I'm working on that. Okay, I'm a recovering perfectionist. And if you are too, 1, 3, 4, or 5 on my timer, like this video, share it with someone you love. Thank you so much for tuning in and tapping in with me. Please stop allowing your perfectionism to keep you stagnant. There is no need to control what God already put his paintbrush on, what J. Cole say. Right. Until next time, stay divine. Peace.